I'm Ethan, and you're Kamryn, and we're supposed to be doing the fucking intro, and you're not doing an intro.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Did we say our names first?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay, we'll try that again.
Hello everyone, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Kamryn.
And this is Catching Up.
Welcome back. This is episode 3, the Valentine's episode.
Yeah. Oh my god, I know Reba was here. I don't know if she flew in for the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, she did. We have guests today.
Dude.
Woo! We thought since, well, Ethan's single and I've been in a relationship for like 5 years, like an old grandma, that we would bring in a newer but stable couple.
Newlyweds.
Stable's a strong word.
They're not wedded, but
Introduce
stable.
yourselves.
You're bringing in a stable couple?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Colton.
I'm Cole.
And they're horny.
Is that canon?
I don't
Are we leaving that in?
We'll figure it out when I edit this fucking video. That's a good word to describe you guys, yeah? Well, okay, how would you guys describe yourselves?
Horny.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
It was candid.
It was candid.
It's candid.
To be fair, Nicole, me and Kamryn learned last night, that she is taking a sex class. So
It's so fucking hot.
it's so hot. In case you were curious what eating ass is called, it's analingus. So,
Yes, the scientific term.
Yeah.
Apparently, another scientific term is tossing salad as the way
yes,
that my
tossing
professor
salad.
used it.
Rimming.
Rimming.
I like
rimming.
that one. Anyway, so we thought in the spirit of Valentine's Day, we would give you guys some advice, as we're definitely people you should be taking advice from, about love and relationships
True.
and all of that fun, jazzy stuff.
Please be advised, if we are the couple that has the most stable relationship, if any of your friends are like us, please run. Far
Honestly.
away. Far away.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with some fan questions from our 3 fans.
Yeah, all 3 of you.
They're
Yeah.
good
You know you
ones.
are.
To the homies of, we did get an Instagram though, so please follow us on Instagram at Catching Up Pod, link in the description, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
We post stuff when we're doing like little Q&As and things like that for future upcoming episodes. Please contribute to them so next time we have more than 3.
But to the 3 of you,
I love you.
I know all of you.
Question number 1 actually comes from my boyfriend.
Yeah.
What should I get my girlfriend for Valentine's Day? So I'm gonna.
So that's a question for you.
It is.
This is all Kamryn.
This is all me. So you guys can go away. Blake, honey, if you're waiting for this answer in order to get me a gift, just know this is probably not coming out till the day of. So you really should have thought about this sooner. Second, I want fairy smut, and what else do I want? Like a Bojangles chicken biscuit.
He can't do that. He's in California.
He's in California.
He can't do that one.
On top of that, he's 3 hours behind, so it doesn't matter like whenever it comes out. He's got a 3-hour window.
He has time.
He's got time.
He's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Well, I'll extend that question so it's not just towards Kamryn.
Because fuck you, Cam.
Yeah, because fuck you,
For
Kamryn.
real.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that you guys didn't get questions.
Wow. Okay. No, but I'll extend that to, I guess, Nicole. Colton, you can answer too. But is there like a specific, like, not necessarily from Colton, but is there like,
I mean, who else is it gonna be?
well,
from?
not like necessarily a Valentine's Day gift.
I have
Are you
so
trying
many
to-
hoes.
are you
I'm just
trying-
saying, would you like a rose
fucking
toy
sugar
or
daddy?
Are you trying to expose her right now?
Don't expose me like that.
No, I'm just asking, is there like a dream present that you like would bust over, you know? This is such a fucked episode already.
This is a
But we're
great
here for it.
episode.
That's what friends are for.
I don't really have like a dream gift in mind because like this is the first I'm actually getting a gift on Valentine's Day because
yeah.
before this my love life has been very sad. But
You better be getting her a gift.
please.
This is gonna be really sad if you're not and she's saying this.
I will
That's
hang
so
myself
true. Oh.
on the podcast.
Yeah. She's gonna change the trajectory of all your
Literally,
lives.
just a bouquet of fucking roses at least, goddamn.
Full disclaimer. I even brought her a pre-Valentine's Day gift. So
It was probably his dick.
Yeah.
it was not. It was a bear named Frank. Would you like me to go get
And
Frank?
his dick.
Hold this while
Yeah,
I
go
go
grab
retrieve
Frank.
Frank. I'm gonna
Yeah,
retrieve
I'd like
Frank.
Frank to be here.
Frank is great.
Run.
Yeah, that's fair. He's.
But yeah, I just want something, which I know that sounds really depressing because it is.
That's so real though. As a girly who's been in a long distance relationship,
Big.
I like him.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Catching Up podcast, this is Frank. Can we see Frank? I can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's in there.
Yeah.
Frank's right there.
Yeah, he's gonna join us now.
But
Yay.
no, my Valentine's Day present has always been from my mother. She's a real one. So.
Yeah, my dad sometimes gets me Valentine's Day gifts. I guess he kind of already did. He got me this little cherry necklace. But yeah, I also used to get him from like my grandpa. He would always give me chocolates, but he died.
Yeah.
I love you, Papa. Anyway.
Yeah, no, my mom gets me chocolate. She used to get me Pokemon cards when I was a kid. So.
Yeah,
Why'd
you
she
should.
stop?
Why'd
she stop?
I don't know.
You should remind her to do that.
I should.
again.
For real.
It's been money, but honestly, yeah, I'll tell her to invest it in some Pokemon
There we go.
cards. Yeah.
True. Second question, from a good friend of ours, Omar.
Mm-hmm.
How do I convince my wife to let me marry 3 more wives?
Such a great question.
Dope question.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I would say what she doesn't know won't hurt her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I don't know much of the Islam rules. Are they allowed numerous wives there?
thing?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Mormons
think
are.
so.
No. So the whole thing. Now, granted, my Islam is not up to par.
It's gonna be really bad if we're getting this wrong.
Oh, I know we're getting this wrong.
Look, here,
but it's
just so I
but
don't
it's
get
okay.
fucking
We're
canceled.
a bunch of white people talking about Islam.
I'm.
We don't know what's happening.
They can blame me for getting Islam wrong. I'll take that. I think you can marry multiple wives. I think Muhammad had multiple wives. If I'm butchering this, somebody tell me.
Look, here,
Muhammad
somebody.
are we
This
talking
is
What
what
do you
I.
mean? Which Muhammad? The Islam, like the Muhammad.
Oh.
This is what I have to say. Look, I don't know the ins and outs of Islam. If it's a go, if you can marry numerous women, then why don't you just find a devoted Islamic woman, you know? But on the flip side, if you can't, and that's not part of the rules, become a Mormon, because they can. And they're into it.
That's solid
Also,
advice.
Yeah.
find yourself a bisexual woman, and then she'll love the idea of
That's
having
so
some
true.
more ladies in her life.
That's actually so true.
So, unless you're trying to keep them separate, which, why not? Why would you do that?
Why would you?
That's
do
not
that?
fun.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
For a whole lot of
Yeah.
nothing.
For
No.
real.
It's a big ass mattress.
Yes, we gave you a lot of
that's gonna be a-
options.
That's a California King.
It's gonna be an
Yeah.
expensive mattress.
That's gonna be a very expensive mattress.
Yeah. Omar like sleeping in the middle. You know, every night he'd be falling asleep like. me.
For real.
Anyway, a last fan question, and the only actually serious one. Thank you, Matthew.
He was in the last episode.
Yeah. What was your worst breakup / how did you move on?
Oh boy.
Are we like gonna get into it? Or are we gonna
Yeah,
like
yeah, no,
sugarcoat it?
All right, time to bust open the novel.
Who's going first? I feel
You.
like we've all been trouble. Why me?
Well, we'll just go. We'll start with Colton, and we'll go down.
Oh, sweet. Worst breakup, and I guess, well, only proper breakup. I had my ex when I was still in high school tell me that there was another guy, and told me that she did not love me the same way I loved her, and thus in turn we turned into a whore for a few years.
For a few years, we're still on that.
We'll actually get back to that in a future question.
Yeah.
This is foreshadowing. We will be talking about that.
So we turned into a whore that enjoyed alcohol, an alcohol, if you will.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's brave.
cool.
You have any advice for it though?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that like a part of the
that was
question?
kind
That
of.
was the second part.
Oh, there was a second part of that.
I think the how he moved on was the horror.
Yeah.
the whoring.
Just
you,
fuck.
You
Get some bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
try
loser.
try sliding into the DMs of a girl from fucking New York on TikTok.
True.
That seemed to be the only thing, and then say you're not going to catch feelings, and then end up catching feelings.
Can we actually tell that story later in the podcast? How we
Please.
met? Because
You could tell her right
Yes.
now if you'd like.
I don't want to tell it right now. I want to tell my breakup story right now and get sad for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Take the floor, please.
Yeah, please.
So my worst breakup, I would say, because I have a couple, but there's some I don't consider breakups because it was illegal. That's a longer story though.
Okay.
That's a longer story.
Wow.
Interesting reasoning.
So he was borderline pedophile. Anyway, but my hardest breakup, I would say, was also in high school with a guy who was fucking disgusting. I don't even know why I even went out with that dude. And he was very emotionally abusive. And then he just stopped talking to me one day, and I was very hurt. And then I found out a year later that the last month of that relationship, he was cheating on me with a girl that I became friends with later, because she told me when they started dating and talking, actually. And it was during that time. And then another year later, I found out he was telling people that we never dated and calling me crazy. Oh. So the way I moved on from that is similar to Colton. I was in my high school hoe phase for a little bit. And honestly, my best advice about it that I can really give is kind of letting yourself make shitty decisions, because they're necessary for moving on. Even though you might regret them a little bit, they were necessary in the long run.
Small recommendation, don't drink a lot. Drink a little bit. Don't drink a lot.
Don't give yourself alcohol poisoning.
We would never drink.
Stay away from...
No.
I was also...
We've never drank.
Cut to us drinking in every episode.
If you're sad, stay away from alcohol and sharp objects.
Oh. Yeah.
We're getting into that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, do that.
Moving on
We'll
before
come back to that.
moving on before we get flagged.
We just can't say
We're
the...
already gonna get
We
flagged.
just can't say the word, right?
Moving on.
I don't know.
It's Kamryn's turn for trauma.
Yeah, you're right.
True. Okay, well, the only other breakup that I've had besides the one I'll talk about was with a boyfriend in high school who, like, after 2 weeks dumped me for a man. Don't recommend. Fuck you.
Nice.
But then my other breakup was actually with my current boyfriend. We broke up for like 2 months because we're long distance and it was really hard, and I was just not like ready to commit myself to something that I like had never tried like anything else. And it was scary to like commit to flying across the country every 6 months to see someone when I had like never had another boyfriend. So I'm like, do I even like this person that much? I don't know. So we broke up for 2 months. I also went through a whore phase. Don't recommend. At the end of it, I hated myself. It was so bad that I couldn't go home without like going into a depressive episode because I could not be alone with my own thoughts. And then 2 months later, I got back with him because I realized that he was my love. Yeah.
So sweet.
Happy ending.
I'm the toxic one.
True.
I am
For real.
not great at communicating breakups. The last breakup was a couple days before Christmas.
You had a good reason.
I was a good reason.
There were multiple reasons.
There was
Yeah.
multiple reasons, but
They
They're
were
all wrong.
they were a furry.
they were furry.
For real.
If you're watching this,
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Put
Don't
the
pretend
tail
you
away. Put
think
the tail
think
away.
about it.
Yeah.
Think about your actions.
And then they wanted to like get closure and wanted to meet up, and then I stopped talking. I stopped responding. And,
You're really good at communicating, you know?
I'm so fuck. I go to school for it.
I was gonna say, yeah. Hang on, let's address this for a minute. Ethan has been going to school for the past couple of years to be a communications major and can barely communicate in his own relationships.
Yeah. But I don't specialize in interpersonal communication. I specialize in like public speaking, so it's fun.
I'm gonna put Frank in the middle.
Okay.
As you
that
should.
I
works.
feel like it's a good placement for him.
Frank, what was your worst breakup?
Then like you can't fucking talk.
Can you put like minion noises?
He's quiet.
Banana.
He's quiet.
He's shy.
He's shy. He's
Okay. So we're gonna now ask some questions from a little card game that I have. I picked some that might be useful to us. Let's start off with the dating category. So this might be a good chance for you guys to talk about how you met. At what point do you have the "so what are we" talk?
Oh, that talk was a mess. There was so much crying.
That wasn't even really a talk. That was a very
We'll back up and give them more context.
yeah, okay. So we'll wind it all the way back to the beginning. I'll speed it up a little bit.
Please speed it
so,
up.
needless to say, so me and Cole met over me being bored one night on TikTok, to the point where I found one of her videos. I thought they were funny. I liked the video, went and visited the profile. She liked my pictures, I liked hers, yada, yada, yada. Slid into the DMs, and we talked for 3 months, and then she was dumb enough to buy a plane ticket down to see me, a random stranger who she
I
had never
could've
met.
died.
You could have died.
But I didn't.
It's a
and that's what
miracle
matters.
you didn't die.
But you're here today with us somehow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Somehow.
Do you ever consider that maybe it was better if you did get murdered?
Yeah.
All the time.
Now we're here in this apartment, sitting all here in a row
Yep.
on the floor,
Look, we're
the
in a
couchless apartment.
porno.
I don't
There's
own a
no
couch.
in here.
Yeah.
I don't own a couch.
No.
It's a waste of space for what I need.
Waste of space, bro.
Continue.
But continuing from that, there came a certain point of about we had been talking online for about 3 months, and then she came down for her first trip and stayed for a week, and then we enjoyed it so much.
We did it again.
We were like, oh man, we're gonna be best friends. And then a month later, she flew back down. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be best friends. And then a random night we went to go eat dinner with Chili's, where my mother was so just
Ethan
so
also
happy.
came to that.
Ethan also came with us to that. Yeah, you're
I don't know where
right.
you were.
That was brave of you.
Yeah,
Far, far
That
away,
was
hopefully.
that was amidst the family turmoil.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then it just so happened that my mom was going to meet us there and like, oh yeah, bring all your friends to dinner. All right, cool. So we go and eat with my mom. And then on the way back home, my mom shot me a text saying that she really liked Cole. For context, my mom doesn't like people.
Your mom hates everybody.
Correct.
Okay, she loves us.
Yeah,
She loves all of us, but that's where it ends.
That is where it ends.
Can't say all.
She loves
people.
Ethan so much, Ethan's on our phone plan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was also in the midst of family turmoil.
Shout out to your dad for chasing us.
What a guy.
That's another story.
That's another story.
Different story time, not Valentine's Day
We're
related.
coming up on the 1 year anniversary of that.
Are we? Oh my
We
gosh.
could do
Actually-
an
I think
episode.
it already is.
It's the 1 year anniversary from when we got into an argument. I think next Monday is when he chased us.
Sick.
Oh my gosh, we'll have to celebrate with
I know.
speeding heavily down, I don't know,
Yeah.
past your house and
That's
then
right.
to my driveway, seeing if we can break the record this time.
Yeah, dude.
But anyway, so then on this second trip, we realized that, oh man, maybe we were both thinking that, oh man, maybe we do have feelings for each other. But like any logical person who is scared of commitment, we buried that. And then about 2 days, like a day and a half or 2 days before you left, she was like, I just have to tell you, I have feelings for you. And I'm like, well, shit.
Because it was killing me not to, and I don't want to get like emotional about it, but it really was just hard not to tell you that. Because it was hurting me really bad that I didn't think they were reciprocated.
Right.
Because
And,
that happened a lot.
and I tried to pretend they weren't reciprocated, and when in fact it was. And lo and behold, I guess I had to tell her that. And then it led to a very awkward 24 hours of us just hanging around my apartment, not thinking that we'd ever see each other again because we just weren't on the
There's
same.
some factors that we didn't think would work out.
We were not on the same wavelength at the time. And then I guess, 3 weeks go by of just dry ass conversation.
That was a weird couple of weeks. I don't even think you guys knew about that. It was really weird after I got home after that.
And when I mean.
All the while, Ethan and I are like, they totally like each other.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. But Colton's gonna be fucking stupid about it. Like this was a daily conversation.
That is true. That was told to my face. I think there was one. I think it was like after
It was the
her
first trip.
It was after your first trip. The two of y'all decided to came. I think we were about to watch White Lotus, and the two of y'all came over and were like, "You're gonna catch feelings for," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm not."
Yes.
I've done this plenty of times before. I'm not catching feelings.
I think it was the first trip of Nicole being there, and I think this was like the day before she was leaving or something. And we called you. I think me and Kamryn were in Charlotte for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys are fucking crying. You're like, oh.
Oh, that was a different conversation.
That had nothing to do with that, actually.
that ended up having nothing to do with
So
that.
you say.
Yeah.
Anyway, fast forward.
Fast forward to dry ass conversation, drier than a white person cooking chicken, and all of a sudden you've got.
We'll let that one slide. Yeah.
right.
We'll let that one go.
And then I guess we decided to have a sit down conversation of like, let's see what happens, and then it started, and then it got rocky. It started, then it got rocky, and then I guess August, September-ish. I guess September we got our shit together, and
I would say October.
October we got our shit together.
It took a while.
It wasn't easy, but
I think like a general way to answer the question, and it kind of gets at what you guys were saying. It's just like,
Oh yeah, what was the question?
like when it like
I completely forgot.
I noticed we were
They
getting
lost
off
it.
topic. when is it time to have the talk of like what are we? And I think it's just kind of when it's not fun to not know anymore. Like, I feel like the first, like, few dates and, like, times in a relationship, it's kind of fun just, like, fucking around with each other and, like, seeing where things go.
Definitely.
And, like, but when it's, like, becoming uncomfortable and you're becoming, like, so distressed because
Attached.
you don't know how this person feels about you and you know, like, that you might be developing feelings or maybe you're not developing feelings and they are or whatever it is, like, you gotta break the ice and, like, get that discomfort out of the way.
Yeah.
Because, like, what if, like, one of you hadn't been reciprocating, like, and then you would have been dragging the other along for a really long time. And, like, I just don't think it's fair to anyone to, like, put off that conversation if you know, like, that you're reaching a point of discomfort.
I'll also say this. I think a big thing with it, too, is, like, because this isn't, I think for both of us, this isn't exactly the first scenario where it's, we maybe have caught feelings for other people when we were in these kinds of phases. And then been like, at least for me personally, like, it was one of those things where I'd caught feelings for people before, but then just pretended they didn't exist, buried them, and then we were, done, and just pretend like it didn't happen. And I think, kind of going back to that discomfort aspect of it, there came a point where it was, I think if I knew that I tried denying the feelings that I had for Cole, it was going to be, there was something in me that was telling me I was going to regret it. Any other time, I didn't think I was going to regret it, but this time I think it was one of those, like, yeah, I'll mess this up if I don't say anything.
No, that's the thing. Like, when it starts to really get to the point where, like, every time you're around the person, you're stressing out about it, you really need to open your mouth and kind of talk about it, even though, like, you're afraid of the outcome. Because if you kind of just, like, lying in that limbo of it, it does no good. It does a lot more harm than just finding out your answer, even if you don't like it. So.
True.
Yeah. What are your guys' love languages?
Sex.
Brave.
Raw.
No. I like touch, just like being, like holding someone, like hugging, being held, I guess, like, affirmation, that too. Compliments, but not too much, because I don't believe you after a while. I'm like, no.
You're
lying.
Yeah, you're
lying.
Like, you're so cute. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. I look like ass.
Yeah.
The first time I'm blushing. The second time.
Yeah. I'm getting a little suspicious.
Third time.
You're getting a little
hey,
clingy.
You're gaslighting me.
Yeah, you're gaslighting me.
I would honestly say same. I think like physical touch, which being in a long distance relationship and having physical touch be one of your main forms of love language is fucking horrible. But yes, definitely like I think for me like giving physical touch is like really important.
Yeah.
And then I think receiving words of affirmation is really important to me just because I'm very anxious.
Yeah.
And I need to be like validated in like my feelings and like knowing that like what I'm feeling is being reciprocated and stuff like that. I think also like I think gift giving it like when the time comes. I'm not like a
I don't want constant gifts. I don't want constant gifts.
Because then I don't mean shit.
Yeah.
No.
I
It's
think
like the words of
And
affirmation.
I'm poor.
real like I think just like meaningful gifts, like something it's like, oh, I mentioned it like one time.
Yeah.
And like you got it from me. Like the first gift that Blake ever got me, which was so stupid. I mentioned one time that I was annoyed because I couldn't like listen to music and charge my phone at the same time, and then on our first date he got me a dongle for my phone so I could do that.
Wow. What a player.
It was so
Dang.
it was so random, but like I was like, damn, he like listened to me and like went out and like found this like specific thing so I could do it. And then like I can say what I'm getting him for Valentine's Day, so this will be out after he's gotten it. I am making him a like, God, how do I say this? It's like a movie poster for a short film that he's making. I did like a little like animated drawing thing for it, with a scene from the film. So hopefully he likes it. If he doesn't, then this is not gonna age well. But I don't know, just I feel like I love giving those types of gifts of just like little like things that like I'm like, oh, I think like I want to put a few hours into like doing something for him like this and give it to him, and you know it's something that like you can't just like go out and like get at Target or whatever.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Oh yeah. I would say like similar to what you were saying that like me and Colton, thankfully like we kind of communicate what each other like need in love languages because I feel like I communicate my love through acts of service. Like I like to be able to help when I can. And that's kind of how I show my love in more romantic relationships. And what I want communicated to me, I like physical touch, but I also like words of affirmation and I don't want to speak for you. So what's your love language? What would you consider it again?
I mean, I would say as far as for me personally, like physical touch.
Oh, I know.
Ethan knows better than I do.
Damn right you do.
Yeah,
Damn right
he's
he does.
way too experienced.
He really is. As far as giving, certainly probably physical touch. Just because I'm not the best with words and I'm not the great. I'm not a fan of buying gifts. Just in general, I'm not good at the whole gift thing. I think as far as receiving, I think I've realized I used to say it was physical touch and then chop that up to I'm just horny. But I think now I can definitely say it's definitely acts of service because I like being able to just come home from work and honestly not have to do anything, not have to worry about getting anything done.
The gender roles are in
The
play.
gender roles are indeed in play.
Whatever makes them
Nicole's
happy,
like,
huh?
I like cooking, and Colin's like, I like my love language is making the money.
Right? But it's nice because we communicate well in that regard, and it works really well for us because I mean
Yeah.
but we're also constantly communicating about how we're feeling.
We've gotten a lot better with that.
And if one of us is having an off day and we're just kind of being kind of quiet, the other one pries because they know something's off.
Yeah.
So
We're good at prying.
Hell
yeah. We try to annoy the shit out of each other until one of us spills the beans.
Speaking of prying, I want to pry into your vicious little sex lives
my
now.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
It's non-existent. I'm dry.
Kind of. Is it okay to watch porn while in a relationship?
Yes. I've never understood the whole it's cheating argument. Like, it is a person that you will never see in your life, you know?
It's cheating if you're not upfront about it.
I get
Well, like,
yeah, if
I-
you don't communicate it, like if
Yeah.
it's a secret thing.
Sure. But if you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch Johnny Sins or whatever, then it's like, okay, Johnny Sins isn't coming to your house and railing you, you know?
Right.
Yeah. I think just like it's fine as long as like both parties are like, okay with it and it's not like something that's like hidden. Like I have like a close friend who like she caught her fiance like in the laundry room at 3 a.m. jerking off.
What?
Because like she just hadn't given it up that night and like that shouldn't be a thing.
In the
like that's
laundry room?
that like you shouldn't feel the need to go sneak off
No.
and like
That's so sad.
Yeah,
like
it's weird.
But
there's just
bro
so
was
many
horny.
yeah, but like the thing is like it's one thing to like go sneak off, it's another thing to be like, oh well like I'm kind of like in the mood, like do you mind if I go do something on my own, like if you're not in the mood, like just like finding compromises to where both
Yeah.
parties are comfortable. Like everyone has their needs, everyone has their time and place that they
Yeah.
want to do stuff, so just like communicate about it. Also, I don't think you should be like choosing porn over your partner.
Oh,
No.
at any
obviously
point.
not. Then
Then
there's
you
something really wrong.
then you have a porn addiction and you should get help.
Yeah.
No, that's like I don't really see like a big issue with it. Like I don't really care if I'm getting personal about it. I've said a lot worse, but I don't really watch that much porn anyway. But like I don't really see that big of a deal about it either. But like you just said, like if you're picking jerking off to porn over having sex with your partner, that's
Yeah.
a serious problem.
Yeah. I think one thing that I realized was kind of a big thing that I realized is like I feel like the closer you get with your partner, like the more it's gonna probably, at least in my experience, like it decreases your want to look at it or like to watch
Oh,
it.
it's 100% true.
So it's like, and so I feel like a lot of people go to porn for like safety or to feel a certain way, especially like being single and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
Ethan knows.
let me
what he's
dab
talking about.
that hand.
Yeah.
Give me that hand. Fuck, it's sticky.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's gross. I did it before this shit.
Oh
Danny's
my
gonna do it
god!
after.
Right? I'm gonna do it for him.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I
And
feel
we're gonna watch.
exactly.
Yeah, we are.
Dear Lord. But no, I feel like there comes a certain point to where it's like when you're single, I feel like for a lot of people, I don't know about females, but I know for a lot of males, it becomes sort of like, because I know I've been there, it's like, it kind of feels like it needs to be a necessity.
I think especially when you're single, it's a
coping mechanism.
It's a blanket. Yeah.
It makes you feel good for a brief period of time, but then that PNC, that post-nut clarity hits.
And then you're just depressed for hours.
Exactly.
Because you're doing it because you're like, I'm alone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And,
Yeah.
and then I think the more you communicate with your partner, and the more you kind of open up and kind of feel, I guess, not even love, but just feel understood by your partner, I feel like that decreases your want to even, do anything.
That's the thing too. Like, I feel like the more, like, the better that your sexual relationship gets with your partner, like, the less you want to watch porn completely. Like, you don't really get that much interest in it.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, if you have
Not that it has to be that way,
like
but
if you love your partner, like you have feelings for them, then you're gonna want to be with them.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think also just coming at it from the perspective, like, as someone who's, like, exclusively long distance most of the year right now.
Yeah.
It's a bit more difficult, especially, like, Blake and I have, like, a really big, like, time zone difference, and, like, there's just a lot of factors that go into it, and it's just simply, like, letting your partner know that you're okay with them doing what they need to do.
yeah.
But, like, also the second that, like, we do have times linked up and, like, everything's, like, good, like, taking advantage of the time that you do have with your partner. I think, like, so many questions about, like, love and relationships can be answered so simply by just, like, communicate and, like, find a compromise.
It's the answer to, like, everything.
Literally. Like, I feel like we complicate stuff with dating so much when, seriously, like, if you're with the right person, all you're gonna need to do is sit down and just talk and share your feelings.
Exactly.
And they will meet you in the middle. And if they're not willing to meet you in the middle, maybe it's not meant to be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Preach,
think,
Kamryn.
Yeah, I think we... Thanks, guys. The veteran here, spitting facts. I think we've all probably had experience with this, and I'd love to hear about it.
Oh boy.
That Kamryn's giving this big fucking speech. She's gonna break up with Blake after this fucking.
Right.
And on the movie poster, it says, "I don't love you."
Damn.
I'm kidding, I love you so much. Has a friend or lover ever used their mental health as a crutch to take advantage of you? Can mental health ever be used in that way? Yes.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
I am the preacher of mental health is not an excuse for everything. It, like, of course, everyone has their issues. Everyone has their problems. Like, even if you're not, like, formally diagnosed with something, like, we all deal with a certain amount of anxiety or depression or whatever it is. It is not an excuse to be a shitty person.
No.
It's not an excuse to be a liar. Like, I hate the argument of, like, oh, I cheated on my partner, but it's because, like, I was it's because I'm
my
depressed.
dad left.
Yeah, it's kind of in the same vein as, like, people who are like, well, I, like, am a victim of domestic abuse because I saw my mom be a victim of domestic abuse, so I learned to be okay with it. And I'm like, that's not an excuse to fall down the same pattern.
No.
Like, you can be put in so many situations in life, and, like, yes, you're gonna struggle, but you can always choose a better path.
Patterns are meant to be, well, that's the thing, patterns are meant to be changed. I don't understand, and I think you see it a lot just in people, especially, like, you look at somebody who's grown up in the exact same town, they're, like, has never once, like, stepped out of the friggin', like, state, and you see that a lot of people in the same geographic setting or region, or heck, even home, like, a lot of people have very similar stories for what happens, but a lot of people that are in the exact same scenarios turn out completely different. Some people turn out to be complete douchebags, other people turn out to be, like, very genuine, like, good people.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of kind of, are you gonna sit on your ass and let your circumstances define you, or are you actually gonna get up and change something?
Yeah. I think, like, I'm talking to Gene about this last night, actually. It's definitely not where you come from, but like people you meet and the experiences that you have.
Definitely.
And I mean, I even think, kind of going off of that, like, to a similar extent, growing up in, like, a pretty conservative household, and, like, to an extent still holding, like, a decent amount of those viewpoints, like, it's still one of those things to where it's never prohibited me from making friends with people who, like, decide to not go those routes. I've been there. I've done the whole I'll be an asshole to people because they don't think the same as me. Not a fun time. So
No.
It seems really lonely.
it is.
honestly.
Yeah.
No, it is. It messed me up for a while, and that's the thing. It's like I let letting the circumstance that I was in, just because the people, the figures that I had around me influencing the way I think, I talk, and I act towards people, and saying, oh, it was okay because it was what I was taught, and then like in hindsight thinking that's some really shitty behavior to have, is that if you're going to use, oh, it's just what I was taught as a way to define who you are as a person, nah, fuck that.
It's
But
so limiting.
it's extremely limiting. You don't grow as a person doing
At
that.
all.
Yeah. I think in like honing in on the whole mental health aspect of it all, I think you have to remember that it's never an excuse not to be honest or to like shut down.
Yeah.
Like, or shut yourself off from stuff. Like a relationship is a two-way street. It's not something that you get to just like turn off when you want to.
Right.
So, of course, there's going to be times when you're not in the mood to talk about certain stuff, or you're not in the headspace to deal with a certain topic. But like, you have to get into a space with your partner where like you're learning those cues, you're learning how each other like can deal with that. But it's never like an excuse to turn away
Yeah.
or lie by any means.
Yeah.
No.
And if someone's doing that to you, like that's not the person for you. Like
I think it's like I think the like yep, we'll get it out in a second.
There we go.
I was gonna say I think the most like I guess cliche of like, oh, they're using their mental health against me is I've heard so many times in like health class and in real life I've seen it, of the like, oh, if I break up with them they're gonna kill themselves or hurt
Yeah.
themselves, and
Oh
that's
my
great. That's
God.
fucked. But
in my like first relationship, when he was having a lot of trouble with his sexuality at the time, like, and like of course like as like a bisexual person, like I understand that, but at the same time like he was using me as a crutch to hold on to like this idea of being straight, and it was ruining me because like I cared about this person, and like if more than anything else I cared about them as a friend, but they kept wanting to approach me from like a romantic viewpoint, and I'm like, but you don't feel that way, and it was so
Yeah.
obvious that they didn't feel that way, and at the end of the day it made us like end on really bad terms because there was no honesty and there was no like real vulnerability with me to actually like explain how they were feeling. Because if he had just told me like, I don't actually like you like that, I just like need you in my life as like a support system, like that would have been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But being used for like years basically on and off of like friendships and relationships and whatever like we were at the time, it made me not trust him, not want to be around him.
Yeah.
Like you have to be honest. Like that's really all it boils down to, I feel like. Have you ever had a hoe phase or player phase? Did you enjoy it? We'll go this way this time.
No. I'm pretty fucking
I feel like
easy.
you're in your hoe phase.
I feel like
I feel like
yeah,
you're in
we,
your hoe
I'm
yeah.
in my hoe phase, but it's so unsuccessful.
It's a very
Fair.
dry hoe
It's
phase.
a very dry hoe phase. It's
Is it the
It's
fear
because
of
you're not good at being a hoe.
I'm not.
Is it the fear of being a hoe or the fear of commitment that scares
it's
you?
the
Or is it yes to both of
that they stopped talking to me after a couple days.
Fair.
And I'm like, hey, let's meet up. And then that's when they're like, I didn't think we'd get this far.
And they're like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Do you think you could get into like a proper like hoe phase, like God willing, and enjoy it?
Please.
Like, do you think you'd get like satisfaction from it?
I don't think so.
I don't think you would.
No.
I don't
from
know.
That's not your
the-
personality.
No. From the
Yeah.
times that I've done stuff, I've been satisfied like once. So like no,
Real.
I don't think so.
And I know what he's
Yeah.
talking about.
Oh my god.
It was me.
I know what
It
he's
was
talking
with
about.
me.
We don't have sex. We don't have sex.
Actually, it was me.
It
Did my
was-
best wink there.
It was cold.
It was me.
Yeah.
It was raw.
For me, my hoe phase was during my little 2-month breakup, and that is actually how me and Mr. Colton Phillips here met.
That's why we're all here together now.
Yay.
That is,
Yes.
I will say this because I guess me and Kamryn started our little hoe journeys around the same time, and in that regards, lo and behold, we made
Amen.
we turned into best friends. We all turned into best friends, and that's why we ended up here.
Yeah.
Yay.
For me, my hoe phase was it was unfulfilling in like what I wanted it to be, but it was fulfilling in different ways. Like I got a really good friend out of it. And I learned a lot about myself, I think. For me, like just having sex with people was not ever going to be fulfilling. Like I need that emotional connection. And it also just like I was doing it to make myself forget about my relationship because I was sad, and it wasn't ever gonna do that. I also just like learned that I was really happy with the person I was with, and that I didn't need to like physically be with someone 24/7 in order to like be in a fulfilled relationship. So I think I enjoyed moments of it. I enjoyed how like free it was. Like I lived at Colton's house for like a month randomly just because like I was like I can do that if I want to. Like I don't
This
have
was in the first month that we met too. You stayed at
Yeah.
my house for a whole month.
I was very trusting at the time.
I
I was, yeah.
remember saying, "Don't get human trafficked."
Well,
She didn't.
I didn't unless it's still ongoing.
Yeah.
I have a
And if
tendency.
so-
This is a big scheme.
Also, I feel like I have a tendency of just letting random women who I have just met stay at my place for much longer than they probably should be there.
But thank God I was the first of many, so I did not get herpes.
True.
Yay.
I didn't get herpes either.
You got chlamydia though.
That's right.
Oh.
Not from me. I want to make that clear.
Yeah.
No, I got herpes from her.
No.
Yeah. Fuck you, random girl from like Greensboro,
Greensboro?
or something.
Yeah.
She
Get
took
that
the
checked out.
train, bro.
Good
She took the
train for real.
Taking a plane is different.
Yeah.
Taking a plane is different.
And no chlamydia was shared. Okay.
No chlamydia was shared. Next one will be by boat.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How's your hoe phase?
So the thing is with me that like I feel like my take from it is very different because like not a bragging way, it's really not.
You're still in your hoe phase?
No.
That's a long scheme.
I've had a couple of hoe phases because like I had two when I was in high school, like both because I was really depressed, and then I stopped for a while. But then in my first year back at college, because I took a mental leave for a while, but when I got back, it was more out of a place where it wasn't really for coping. It was more just like I kind of just want to have fun, and like I don't really care about where things lead. And that aspect like was very like freeing at the time, kind of like you said. That as I feel like as long as you're not doing it for a coping mechanism, it's not really bad. And as long as you're safe and everything. And I wasn't really sure if I wanted a relationship anymore, and it wasn't from pain anymore. It was just from like I don't really care. I was just doing things for me, and it was really nice. It was really relaxed. And then I met him, and he ruined it.
I think if you're gonna do it, like that's kind of the way to go about
Yeah.
it. And I like in another lifetime, like if I were to like have a hoe phase again, that's definitely like the path I would want to take with it. But
Can't relate.
Another
I,
lifetime.
I was gonna say can't relate because I think having such a massive distrust in commitment and in relationships. For context, I went with probably out of 3 to 4 year span in between relationships.
it was all because of me. Because I gave him chlamydia. Plot twist.
She's
I'm from Greensboro.
She took a train.
I did not give him chlamydia.
She did not give me chlamydia.
Thank-
None of
Thankfully-
us gave him chlamydia. Maybe Ethan.
None of us.
No, Ethan gave me the best head of my life though.
Oh, fuck this.
To be clear, only Colton has had chlamydia.
Yeah.
We're good little
Yeah.
Correct.
good little gals.
Ethan hasn't gotten it yet.
One day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day.
When are you gonna give it to me? When are you gonna give it to me?
When I get it again.
Ask that louder.
Yeah, honestly, no. I think for me it was such a, because even like, because I definitely got into my hoe phase like later than most people. But even still, like I think.
I keep on thinking you're saying Ethan.
I also, but
Ethan
Ethan,
still-
but Ethan
It's
still
really tempting
just
me.
tempts me every day.
He's actually gonna spend the night tonight. Nicole,
Yes!
on the floor.
Yeah, you sleep out here. Me and Ethan are in the bedroom. You can sleep with Frank. Kamryn, keep it company. I'll take Ethan in the bedroom. If you hear like massive, Anyway.
I will be taking Nicole and Frank to a long drive to like a Taco Bell or something.
There we go. A long drive. They get the order wrong every time. It's right over there.
That's another story.
We'll choose a different Taco Bell.
Yeah, but no, I think I used it for all I ever used it for was coping. And at every time it came back to bite me in the ass because it was always one of those, oh man, I think I finally feel like I'm catching feelings, but I've also got this really toxic trait where I can just kind of, or at least for a long time, I was able to just kind of cut people off pretty instantaneously.
And then I happened.
And also, I somehow fit in there, and he could not get rid of me.
Yeah. I was gonna say there was also for a lot of people it was very much like. A lot of people would say that they didn't want to do hookups because they were scared they would catch feelings, and I could go into it confidently knowing that I wouldn't catch feelings, which for the most part worked pretty well for a few occasions. One of them is still stuck around. But I think, where's going with this shit? Yeah, I think for me, my hoe phase was pretty detrimental because I think it messed up a lot of. I think I worked on actually healing myself and feeling like I was worthwhile and not feeling like I had to, just put myself out there just to feel like, someone gave a damn. I think I would have probably gotten into a healthy relationship a lot sooner. But at the same time, it also, I would never met you guys and, sure as I would never have met you. So, yeah.
True.
That's why, like I said earlier, like let yourself make shitty decisions because eventually you'll get led in the right direction. So.
Or you get kidnapped and.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Or you get trafficked.
I don't even think it's like. Don't even let yourself make shitty decisions. I think when you don't realize that you're making shitty decisions until after they've happened, and then at that point, I think that kind of lets everything fall in place.
Mm-hmm. Rate your overall sex drive on a scale of 1 to 10.
We going this way still?
Yeah.
Sure.
Any way you want, baby.
Oh my god, babe. Let's see.
I just made him a 13.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
Give it to me.
I'm a 20 right now. I can't wait for after this. I think it's a 7. I think it's 7 out of 10, right? Is that 10?
Yep.
I think I dabble in the porn, but
A connoisseur.
a connoisseur,
Really.
really. But no, but that's just like I mentioned earlier. That's more of a coping, loneliness thing.
Right.
I think in terms of like, if I'm actually in a relationship, it's like, sure, but I don't. It's not like I'm.
Yeah.
Craving.
Speaking of connoisseur, we're in South Carolina filming right now, which means we could look up Pornhub.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah. I forget you guys can't do that across the state.
We try to get Blake to do it for us.
Yeah, fun fact for anyone who doesn't know, in North Carolina you can no longer visit Pornhub.
Well, now we know what we're doing.
Have you guys tried?
Yeah,
Have you guys tried? And it
It's just
won't let
a
you
video
work.
that informs you.
I'm
that
not
you're no
moving back to
longer
North
doing
Carolina.
It's brutal.
it. So I know
You're never going to
exactly
Mooresville,
what we're doing after this.
Yeah.
For me, I would say, honestly, like if Blake were to like hit me up right now and be like, I want to have sex with you, it's like a 50-50 shot if I'm like down. I don't know. I think a lot of mine is also like birth control and antidepressants and like things that suppress your sex drive.
Yeah.
There are like days that I'm like down and I'm like, let's go at it. But then I don't know. Most days I'm just kind of like, like it's good while it's good. But then I'm like, I don't need it or like anything like that. I'm not down bad horrifically or anything.
Frothing at the mouth.
Unless it's you.
Yeah.
Then I'm like a
I think we're
30.
all down.
I'm like 30 out of 10.
We don't
It's
have
our
sex.
turn. Okay.
Yeah. How ravenously horny are you today?
Can I speak for both of us
No.
on this topic? Why?
Probably not.
Well, I'm just thinking we went on a beach trip, and within that beach trip,
Are we gonna tell?
Okay, so let's just
Story time.
let's keep in mind that it's like a 4-hour drive. So keep that in mind in the daytime. 8 times these over here fucked while we're there sharing a condo with them.
yeah.
Every 5 minutes, I swear to God, if you ask, like, oh, go put on your swimsuit, let's go down to the pool, it's gonna be a 30-minute
It's like, I need to go help her put her swimsuit on. It's like, no.
Yeah, no, bitch, you're gonna help her take it off. Like, anyway, go ahead and answer.
I would say now, like back then it was very different because also it was like right after him and I like became official.
It
and
was
we weren't
new.
really
That was
anxious
also the
about
first trip that
things
we.
like that.
That was also that beach trip was also the first trip that we had seen each other on, where we were finally
That's
official
true.
and didn't have to worry about like
Yeah.
labels.
So sorry you like got like assaulted with our sexual.
It's also your fault for walking in, but
That
anyway.
story we'll get to in a minute.
I don't
but-
know if I could roll my eyes any harder.
But back then it was very different because like we were just happy that we were like now officially together. But
Oh, we were
honestly now, like again, I'm not speaking for you, but with like the fact that I'm like I do so much, like I'm always busy with schoolwork. He like has his full-time job. We're both too tired, honestly, at this
Yeah,
point.
okay.
Losers.
Yeah,
I would say like I'm about 7 right now on a good day.
Okay, if there was 7, I'm a fucking 4. So
yeah, I honestly, I feel like at this point, I feel like a 5 just at all times at this point because I think
Damn, it's seeming like
yeah.
we got some compatibility in the
I
room.
know, right? Oh my gosh, 5
Frank.
5, it's 10.
Frank, what are you? 10.
10, Frank.
10, Frank.
11.
Yeah, no, but I think with getting a full-time, I didn't have my full-time job when we went up to the beach, but having a full-time job now,
Dude, if we go on the beach trip
I come home
this
exhausted.
year.
And they are like ravenous again.
I doubt we would
I
have
will-
sex.
I am bringing up
didn't-
this
yeah, I'm
video
watching
clip.
this clip. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like just coming home, like I look Cole and I'm like, oh sweet, I get to cuddle her tonight. It's not, oh my gosh, I want to have sex right now.
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, like that's even though it's not for the same reasons, we're both tired. Like
The most sexual thing we do is smack each other's ass.
yeah. And that's just casual.
Well, we do that at work.
Right.
We do. I do
Me and
sometimes.
Ethan, me
often-
and you can do it in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I do sometimes often approach Ethan as he's behind the register at TJ Maxx, and I do grab his ass. If you are one of our managers, hi.
Thanks for watching.
It's kind of consensual.
Yeah.
Don't contact HR. Thank you. Last question.
Yay.
Ooh.
Oh, it died.
Aw.
It's fine. I'm just a little dark on this side. It's fine.
That's so sad.
I didn't charge that today. Whatever.
How long should sex last?
2 minutes, bro.
You can go a minute.
2 minutes on a good day, bro.
long, dude. 3 minutes?
I'm 5
worn
seconds in my
out.
prime.
Your prime.
Is that canon?
Yeah, sure. For
Was
now,
that like
it is.
genuine?
No.
Your face got so red when you were saying
I'm
that.
just making a joke, guys. Now we're all focused on me.
Okay, we'll go this way this time.
Oh.
Take the pressure off of him.
Thanks.
I feel like we have to answer this together. How long do you? I don't know. How long do you think we usually?
Imagine
last?
she's like 45 minutes. He's like 5.
5. 2. I think it depends on the mood we're in and how long we really want to make it last.
How long? What's your longest?
Are we gonna go into details of
We're gonna go.
what situation?
We will have to.
No,
go
I would just like
One
a
was on the
number.
beach trip.
I would.
It was.
I would just like a number with no context. Thank you.
Give her
Wait,
a-
so wait. Are you asking our longest, or are you asking like what we would typically do?
Both.
I'm asking you to answer both, but I
Okay.
don't want context for the longest.
Okay, so what we typically do, genuinely, I would say we go about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 20 on a good day.
Okay, yeah, that works. I'm cool with that.
Longest though. God, I need to think if we did anything after. What
Can
I'm
I?
thinking of.
Can I count that high?
I'm trying to. What do you think it is?
You were the one that brought up the number. I just kind of. I'm there.
God, you're no help.
He's just there.
I'm just there.
I'm just.
Were you conscious?
Yeah. Did she
Don't
root
make
for
me
you?
look like an assaulter right now.
I was conscious. I was staring at her boobs.
I would say longest.
Hypnotized.
I would say longest maybe like. Are we including like foreplay?
Yes.
Then I would say longest probably like 45 minutes. Maybe.
Okay, I could beat that.
That sounds right.
I would say foreplay included, usually like 20 to 30 minutes. It takes a bit, guys. I mean, but there's also been like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've done like 4.
It depends.
Okay.
You heard that.
The question was how long do you think it should last though?
I think it depends on the intention.
Yeah, I think like a typical like you're not like trying to like rush to get anything done. Like you're just like having a good time, but you're not like overextending it.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
like-
it depends on the day. There are other
I
factors.
feel like typical is like the right way to answer. I would say like probably 20 to 30 minutes. But I think, like the intention, like the circumstances, like where are you, like what do you have to be somewhere?
Beach trip? Should we get dinner?
Yeah,
we
no.
go to the fucking beach.
Do we have people waiting outside our door?
No,
Right.
apparently.
Are people trying to break in and pick our lock?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
can we finish with that story?
No.
Please.
No.
Yeah, let them.
Can you at least answer the question?
Yeah, 2 minutes. No.
Yeah, so 2
2
minutes.
fucking minutes because I'm productive, okay?
For real,
I
honestly.
have better shit to do.
Done.
This is just a side gig for me.
Bring it over here.
Oh my god, dude. This would be the best 2 minutes of your fucking life, Colton. No, I agree. Like 20, 30 minutes, but my longest, if we're talking longest, couple hours.
Masturbating doesn't count.
I don't know. What would my longest be? Probably like an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like we've, like, I don't know. We're not gonna get too much into that. Anyway, tell your stupid story.
This is
Okay,
more so
actually,
your stupid story.
You're right. I'll tell it better. So on the beach trip in question, as we covered, they were fucking like little rabbits. Every 2 fucking seconds. I swear to God, this bitch got 1 white claw in her, and she's like, Colton, I'm horny. Colton, take me to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh my God.
Can
like,
confirm that's accurate.
We're eating.
It was not White Claw.
we're just eating dinner right now.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
why are we so down bad?
Guys, we're gonna do a photo shoot on the beach. Let's fuck right now.
Anyway, so Ethan and I were like, let's go outside and have a little smoke sesh, like one does. And they were like, okay, well, like we're gonna change and we'll be out there. And then Ethan and I got, into the smoke sesh. It's like been a good 20 minutes, and we're like, whoa, man, they're not out here. I wonder what they're doing. We'd also had a little bit of alcohol, so like.
A little bit?
Okay. A decent amount.
It was a large amount.
Long story short, I was crossed as a motherfucker. And I go inside and we're like, do you think they're fucking? And then we knock on the door and they're like, stop, we're fucking.
Like, yeah.
And we're
they
like,
are.
and they're like, whoa, man. Like, no way, we're in complete disbelief that this could be happening right now. And then we tried to open the door. They locked the door.
I wonder why.
Sure is a mystery.
It really is a mystery.
We slid some cosmic brownies under the door for
did.
them because we didn't know if they would get tired.
I get hungry.
And then Colton even came out at one point and was waving his dick around, trying to get us to go away so we
Yeah,
could
that did
finish.
happen.
And somewhere in my little brain, my little very crossed brain, I was like, I have to pick that lock.
You sure do.
I have to make them stop.
We didn't stop.
It didn't not work.
So
yeah.
for context, I had found a bobby pin in the bathroom floor earlier in the day, and then I actually had just used it to clean out my little bowl thing, and I was like, yo, this bobby pin about to come in extra handy. So I go outside, I get my little bobby pin, and I start fucking trying to pick this door. And
She's like Skyrim levels locksmith, like
Yeah.
level
Like, I
10
am,
if
like-
proficiency type.
like they're like going at it in there. Ethan's like, oh my God, dude, what are you doing? Stop. And I am like, it's like OCD brain met cross brain was like, you must unlock this door. So I'm like,
Bad idea.
like 5 minutes, like going at this fucking lock, and I'd keep like kind of blanking out, and I'd be like, what am I doing? And I'd be like, oh, I have to get the door unlocked. Like, And then finally, I fucking hear it snap open. And I'm like, holy shit. I open the door. And there they are. Colton, balls deep. Balls deep. And I am immediately stunned. I'm like,
I could have never guessed.
what did I expect? And so I just fall to the floor.
Much to their chagrin, we did not stop.
No,
Literally.
he kept going when,
like, what fucking monsters just keep going at it.
I was gonna finish.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I had a goal. You had a goal. I had a goal. We all had goals here.
Anyway, I fell to the floor. Ethan kindly dragged me out of the room.
After throwing a cosmic brownie. at my ass.
picked the cosmic brownie up, threw it at Colton's ass, and said,
In case you get hungry later.
"In case you get hungry, good job, guys." And then closes the door, and we just sat on the couch while they did finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard every second.
Brave about today.
And yeah, this is why I'm scared to go back to the beach with.
It's a different condo next time.
That makes no difference.
I hope we share a bedroom.
Oh, we all have bunk beds.
Ethan, me and you in the same bed next time?
Yeah, okay.
That's hot.
I can't wait for this beach trip now.
Cameron can pick the lock and walk out on us this time.
Oh my god. Okay.
On that note, we should probably get going.
Well.
I have a door to lock. And then unlock. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching.
Remember, subscribe because you made it this far, I guess. So subscribe, that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
And if you're down there, like the video also and comment maybe.
And if you don't, then your mom is probably going to.
Fuck your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was
And
gonna
Cameron's gonna walk in on it.
I was gonna say like stub her toe or something, but yes, that too. I will
Close
walk.
enough.
I'm gonna walk in on your parents fucking. I'm gonna send you video evidence of it that you have to watch on repeat for the rest of your life.
She'll zoom in.
Yeah,
She
will.
I will, on all the jiggly bits. So hit that button. Also, like this video. Comment down below.
We have an Instagram. Go follow the Instagram.
Yeah. I was gonna say comment down below what your favorite jiggly bit is.
Oh.
And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. Also,
Yes, thank you.
for having
please
us.
plug yourselves.
Go follow my band at Major Moments on all platforms.
For sure. Nicole, you have
Yes.
anything?
I have nothing interesting. So
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yes. See you guys next time.
Bye, baby.